Be a part of the best pro wrestling podcast today by supporting the Going In Raw Patreon. You can enjoy access to the live taping of the show, exclusive merchandise, and patron-only episodes, and so much more. Support Going In Raw today. Click the link in the description. Hey, friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
And welcome to the Going In Raw Dirt Sheet, the only place you need to be going for your pro wrestling news. We scour those dirt sheets. We go to all the various underground meetings where they hand out the dirt sheet zines. Is that how they used to do it?
No, I think you would get them through the mail.
These days it's just on the internet. But
Yeah.
back in the day, you'd by mail.
Yeah, you subscribe.
You'd look at Pro Wrestling Illustrated, you look in the back, and they have probably ads, like little classified ads for zines. That sounds amazing. I wish I could live in the 80s again, Larson. Things seemed simpler back then.
You would need a time machine.
Actually, they didn't seem simpler. We always seem to be on the brink of some sort of nuclear disaster.
We were just younger, so we didn't understand that.
Exactly, yeah. Anyways, enough of talk about us being old men. We've got some news to cover.
We do.
Now, it's been really crazy times in this here country, Larson. We got a new president-elect, and people are either very scared or very happy, depending on who you are, what part of the country you live in. But there is a new babyface in town.
Potentially, there might be someone formerly a wrestler who might be throwing their hat into a future presidential election.
I just hope that when The Rock is inaugurated into office, I was thinking about this. Shouldn't there be some qualifications for president? Like you'd have to get a law degree or to do like constitutional law. You should get a law degree and major in constitutional law to be president of the United States. You would think. What job can you go into?
I know. If we could go into
any other
if
job.
we could go to WWE and go to Vince and say, I'm going to take your job.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen.
It doesn't happen in any other job. Any guy can just hop into the seat. Anyways, The Rock wants to be president now.
Yeah, he was just named People's Sexiest Man of the Year. Mm-hmm. Alive this year. And during the...
Is there a dead person that could have taken that title if they opened up that category a little bit?
I don't know.
Sexiest man this year? Sexiest man this year, but could be dead also.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
You have to ask People
Did
Magazine about that.
Any sexy people die this year that's like high in the public profile? Anyways, in an interview with the magazine, the People's Champ was asked about someday perhaps becoming the leader of the free world.
Yeah.
That means president of America.
Yeah.
He said, quote, "It doesn't matter what you say." No, he said, "I used to say it jokingly, but every time I was asked, it was with a real genuine interest. And it was very earnest. So I started to really think. As an aside here, I would love to see The Rock thinking about being president. I hope it'd be during his massive post-workout eating set. His cheat days.
When he's eating not when he's eating
epic cheat days.
Pounds of cod.
Oh, I want they have lined up pizzas.
I know.
He continues. So I started to really think, could I make a difference? Could I surround myself with really brilliant people to help me make my decisions? Do I care about this country? And when the answers continue to come up yes, then I thought there's a good chance, one day, then we'll do another interview like this. 2020. Number one, do you think, our politics aside, he's super rich?
Yeah.
Does that automatically make him a Republican? You know what they say. Arnold's a Republican.
Yeah.
Many, I've found that many filmmakers, this is a complete generalization. It's basically me speaking on my ass like I usually do. But many filmmakers are leaning on the left side of things. Many actors lean on the right side of things.
I don't know if that's necessarily true.
I've kind of noticed that, though. Maybe the action stars lean on the right side of things.
Yeah. I think that might have some truth to it.
Yeah. I don't know. Where do you think The Rock would land?
Has he?
Socially, he's kind of a lefty guy,
I think so.
He seems like he's down. The Rock, Republican? You didn't put a question mark? There's literally.
Oh, The Rock was at the 2000 Republican National Convention.
Okay.
I remember that.
Yeah.
He gave a speech. But then there's an article from GQ that says Republicans should probably let The Rock run for president.
Yeah. Okay, well, let's say he's a Republican. Maybe he's the kind of Republican that can unify the country, that everybody can get behind. Oh man. So, anyways, yeah, that's kind of great. I like what he's saying here about, can I surround myself with brilliant people?
Yeah.
I like the idea of The Rock and Neil deGrasse Tyson sitting down and talking, maybe bringing in Bill Nye to chat.
Okay.
I don't know. Who else would he bring in? What other brilliant people could he bring in? Non-science. Because all you need is Neil deGrasse Tyson and Bill Nye, and you're good. You're good to go.
You got your science basis
Tesla,
covered.
you bring in, or what's his name, Elon Musk?
Yeah.
Yeah. Who else would he bring in?
He would need some
Pat Patterson. Everybody says he's a genius.
He needs somebody with some foreign policy experience.
Yes. Bruce Willis. Arnold. Hey, fuck you. Hey, Rock. I tell you what to tell them over there in Russia. I tell you to tell Putin, fuck you. I will fuck you. Yeah. No, I think it'd be great. Fuck it at this point, fuck it. That dude, he'd bust out some inspirational fucking speeches.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, he would.
It'd be great.
I was watching his match with Stone Cold at WrestleMania 19.
Yeah.
The other night.
Yeah.
And it's great to see The Rock. That was back during the Hollywood Rock era.
Yeah.
Because it seems so often now when he comes out, it's almost like he's doing a parody of himself.
I know.
And back then it wasn't.
Yeah.
And he was so comfortable and so good.
Yeah, I know.
And like all the little details during that match were so good.
And then even at the end when he's sitting there next to Stone Cold and he's telling him
he's like essentially thanking him.
Exactly. Yeah. And because it was it was Austin's last match.
Yeah.
And it was The Rock's final time as sort of a regular, like he'd sort of come back a little bit.
Yeah.
Because but then he went off to film Walking Tall.
Yeah.
And that was it. And so to see that moment between the two of them, and they weren't even the main event.
Yeah, I know.
It was the guys who were there, Kurt Angle and Brock Lesnar, were the main event.
Yep.
And so these two old dinosaurs, the Attitude Era was done with. We're firmly in the ruthless aggression era. And to see that many people just going ape shit over what they just saw, and The Rock is able to just sit there, like you said, comfortably, and tell Austin, like, let go of his emotions to Austin there in the middle of the ring.
And The Rock actually seemed walking back.
Yeah.
Really emotional.
I know.
Really
I
emotional.
noticed that too. He could do it, man. He'd come in there and take command of shit.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not my first choice, but right now he is. So yeah, keep an eye on that. If he did run, let's say this dude sticks around for 4 years somehow.
Yeah.
Somehow. Are we thinking a primary for the presidency
in 2020?
In 2020, are we thinking The Rock might challenge the sitting president, which is unprecedented these days?
I know.
You don't do that these days.
Yeah, I know. Like maybe in the early days of America that was more common.
Oh, I mean, it took place up through the 80s. Let's see. Nobody challenged Bill.
No.
Nobody challenged George.
No. Nobody challenged Reagan in '84, I don't think.
Jimmy Carter might. I know Lyndon Johnson.
Oh yeah,
Lyndon. He was facing a primary.
Didn't Edward Kennedy challenge? No, that was in '76.
I know Lyndon Johnson dropped out. He elected to not run again because the primaries were coming for him. His poll numbers were terrible. So I know as late as 60, what would that be, 68 or whatever, that was happening. And it might have happened in the 70s. You had Carter and who was president? Carter ran in 76.
Mm-hmm.
Who was sitting president at the time?
Ford.
He was a Republican. He was facing a primary with Reagan.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
That's right. Reagan did challenge him.
Yeah.
That's true.
So anyways, yay, history. So not unprecedented. And with Trump, the very unpredictable set of circumstances behind his election. His entire campaign was very unpredictable.
Yeah.
So things can continue along those lines. Republicans might rally behind The Rock. You want to get The Rock's way?
Or what if The Rock ran as a third-party candidate?
I wouldn't see that happening. I don't see that happening. I think that he would he would challenge as one or the other. Rock ain't losing to nobody. Anyway,
well, I mean, if anybody's going to run these days, it seems like a third party candidacy. I mean, The Rock's kind of the guy to do it. Mm-hmm. Everybody knows who he is.
Yeah, that's true.
He has financial resources.
Yeah, that's true.
At his own disposal. I'm sure he can get additional money.
Yeah.
To help finance his campaign.
Rock Bloomberg 2020. I'd vote for that ticket. Elsewhere in the news, Conor McGregor going to the WWE. This is confirmed. He's going to be at WrestleMania this year, putting both of his UFC titles on the line.
Against whom?
The Rock.
Okay.
Yeah. No, not at all.
No.
Triple H was at his historic UFC win.
Yeah, where he beat Eddie Alvarez.
Yeah.
And as you said, Triple H was in attendance. And the Telegraph.
Oddly, he wasn't the one to come in and give him the belt.
Yeah.
He didn't pedigree Eddie Alvarez.
Yeah. And Randy Orton didn't come out with his money in the bank.
Right,
briefcase.
exactly.
Yeah. The Telegraph, which is a British newspaper, correct?
Right.
Spoke with Triple H about McGregor following the fight. And The Game had the following to say when asked if McGregor could make a WWE appearance.
And he said, quote, "He could come over. He's got it all, man. He's got the personality, the skills, the talk. He's an entertainer for sure. What does he walk around at? 180 pounds? I have smaller guys now in the WWE. We have 200-pound guys who are stars. You don't need to be 300 pounds anymore. But yeah, he could just do as well as Floyd Mayweather when he fought the Big Show. That really worked. Conor could do it for sure."
Yeah. Remember back when Conor quit, retired?
Yeah.
Because he didn't want to do all the press leading up to UFC.
That lasted
200?
like, what, 2-3 weeks?
Something like that, yeah. And there was a lot of speculation back then that he could end up in the WWE because he started following a bunch of WWE guys on Twitter.
Started following Stephanie.
And Triple H and some wrestlers. And then actually looked into it this morning.
Okay.
WWE actually did a story on their website about it.
Oh.
Very short.
Yeah.
Not much meat to it, but they reported on it.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, as you said, within a couple weeks he was back with the UFC. And then since then, he's just spent a lot of time talking a lot of trash about WWE wrestlers. And there's a report or an article going around back in early September, I believe, where CM Punk said that hurt some wrestlers' feelings.
Interesting that CM Punk would know about that.
Well, I'm sure he still talks to some guys.
His buddies. Hey, he seems to burn a lot of bridges back there. He's not talking about Hornswoggle.
Yeah, I know. So first...
Okay, so there's two questions. Is it going to happen? Do we want it to happen?
I think yes to the first. It can happen.
It can happen.
Because Conor was also saying lately that he doesn't... He's got a kid coming, and he doesn't want to be a celebrity when he's trying to be a father. Yeah. So he's kind of between that and trying to leverage like actual equity in the company. I don't know if he really has his sights set on fighting in UFC for that long. Yeah,
he's demanding a piece of the company now.
Yeah.
He wants part ownership.
Yeah.
And my thought is, in 3 years, you're not going to be relevant anymore in the UFC. I mean, that's just the nature of the business.
Yeah, the turnover in UFC is so high.
It's a high turnover. So in 3 years, certainly in 5 years. So these billionaire businessmen don't really give a shit about a guy who's worth $50 million.
Yeah.
Even if he's worth $100 million, they don't give a shit about you because they could own you. They could buy and sell you several times over. So you're not going to own a piece of UFC because you're not going to be relevant. And you seem... I think Conor is a very smart guy. He definitely knows how to promote stuff.
Yes, he knows how to promote himself.
And maybe if this was Dana White and the Fertitta brothers still in charge and still owning it, maybe to throw him a bone, they give him some stock or some shit.
Yeah, but with the new owners probably aren't going to do it.
Probably not. They're like a big faceless. It's William Morris, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. They're like a big faceless conglomerate. Like they eat you. So going back to it though, like, you know, he wants his leverage. Right now he's hotter than ever.
Yes.
But within a couple of years, he's not going to be.
Yeah.
That's just the nature of the UFC. Look at Ronda Rousey now. Now her rematch fight again, she's going to fight Holly Holm coming up, I think.
No, she's fighting for the belt.
Oh, is she fighting for the title? She is fighting for the belt. Okay, cool. Her day is going to be done relatively soon.
Well, she said as much on Ellen that her upcoming fight is going to be one of her last ones.
Right, exactly. So it's like, what do you do at that point? And Conor in 3 years wouldn't be able to get as much money as he probably could now if he tried to do something with WWE.
Yeah. But I think that's also the thing is there's no way WWE would offer him the kind of money he can make in UFC.
Exactly.
Not even close.
Not even close. Not even close. He makes, I think I saw a Dave Meltzer tweet where he said something like he makes between 3 and 4 times what Cena makes in a year.
Wow.
Yeah. And Cena makes a lot.
Yes.
So, and it's not surprising seeing what we've. I mean, I've actually been really impressed with Conor McGregor because for the longest time, and still to a degree, the stink on the UFC is they don't pay their guys nearly as well as, like, for example, boxers make.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And everybody complains about getting paid except for Conor McGregor because he's been able to leverage.
Yeah.
Because he's a damn good fighter. So you know, will it happen? I don't think the bit about he's hurt a lot of feelings in the WWE locker room matters because if he comes in, depending on if they've got this whole WWE network, the better it does on a pay-per-view, the more guys get paid.
Yeah.
Maybe that, I mean, in theory, whoever comes in to make money should make you more money as well.
Yeah.
Everybody, it's a trickle-down effect.
Yeah,
Everybody down the line makes more money. That's how it was traditionally with pay-per-views.
Now with the network, that's not necessarily the case.
That's on shaky ground.
Yeah, I don't think
they're
we've
still
ever heard
figuring all that
confirmation
shit out.
one way or the other.
Right,
on that.
exactly. So can it happen? Sure, in a couple of years.
Maybe, yeah.
You know.
Well, there's another huge difference I think between Conor and Ronda Rousey is that Rousey is a wrestling fan.
Seriously big into her. She's a big mark.
Yeah.
Yeah, she loves
Whereas
that
I don't
shit.
know if Conor cares one way or the other about wrestling.
I mean, he did say one good thing about CM Punk. He said, you know, I respect for the guy for doing it.
Yeah.
You know, I'm pretty much everybody said that though. So yeah, I don't know. He had a lot of interesting things to say. I mean, that was smart on his part because he got all these WWE people to talk about him to promote his fight, and that's all it was.
Yep.
It was just promoting his fight. Whether or not he feels that way, who fucking knows? You
Yeah.
know, you
Yeah.
can never tell what's going on inside a guy's head.
Well, that I guess that leads to the next question: is this something we want to see?
If it helps the company, then yes. Do I want to see how it plays out on screen? I'm going to care about every other match on the card except for that one because that's going to be a gimmick match with absolutely no bearing on the storylines that I'm going to be paying attention to.
Yep.
So I don't really give a shit.
Yes.
That being said, if it makes money for the performance that I really enjoy watching, if it makes money for the company, sure.
Yeah.
Why not? I'll check it out. I'll watch it. We'll be there.
Yeah.
So what? Who cares? Let's talk about some NXT.
Yeah, let's talk about some NXT. It was kind of a light episode.
Yeah, they pushed Takeover a lot, which is
Yeah.
what their go homes are usually.
They're clip shows essentially.
They're clip shows for Takeover, but they were able to sneak in some really good stuff.
How excited were you by the return of the Drifter?
Oh, so excited!
He
idea.
really needed to tune his guitar last night before it came out.
I'm not even a musical person. I could tell that. I was like, God.
Unless he's following a new muse and is doing some more dissonant music. Because I mean, it sounded like he was. I know a little bit about playing guitar. He was just playing basic bar chords.
Yeah.
And unless your guitar is out of tune, you won't be playing major seventh chords, playing bar chords. And that's what it sounded like.
Yeah. I wanted to see him up there. Ding, 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 ding.
I know.
Ding, 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 ding.
Tuning up. I know.
Ding,
Which
ding, ding,
he
ding,
should have
ding.
done backstage.
Ding, 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 ding.
But maybe he literally,
like 10 minutes.
You know, maybe what happened is he got hurt. He broke his ankle, put his guitar down, and said, "I'll touch that again when I come back." And it's been sitting in storage, not climate controlled, and so the neck of his guitar is bowed slightly.
That could be.
And so he just picked it up and started playing.
Yeah, it could
Didn't
be.
tune it back up.
You're like, dude, take 10 minutes before cameras roll back there. It could be one of those things. Sometimes you're about to roll and you're like, oh, shit, I forgot. Oh, damn it, I forgot to do it.
Could be.
Anyways, I was hoping for like a deeper song, like where he didn't repeat the same lyrics that he always had. I was hoping for something better. He took on a fella named Nathan Cruz, and Elias Sampson is now back on a win streak.
Yeah.
Elias
Elias Sampson looked like he put on some muscle too.
He's always been pretty jacked, though.
But I mean, like, his upper body looked massive.
That's how it always happens.
I know.
They get injured, they always come back jacked in the upper body.
Mm-hmm.
Seth Rollins, remember? He came back, he was all puffy and shit.
Yeah.
Let's see here. We had Liv Morgan versus Peyton Royce, which turned into a bit of a cluster because Billie Kay, Aaliyah, and Ember Moon all came out, and then that led to like a backstage thing where the three faces, Aaliyah, who I love, Liv Morgan, and Ember Moon all sort of said, if these two, Liv Morgan said, if these two can find a partner, we want to challenge them to a 6-on-6 match or 3-on-3 match. Liv Morgan has so much like sort of natural charisma. She just needs a lot of reps on that mic.
Yep.
Because her sort of accent, I guess you'd call it, sort of like it makes her words feel clumsy.
Yeah.
And on top of that, she's kind of clumsy with her words.
I feel like she's kind of, even though the last couple months have improved.
She's improved
quite a bit in the ring.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. Ember Moon's ready right now. She can go. She can go.
Ember Moon is fantastic
right now.
Yeah.
Right now.
She's great.
Because even when she's on the mic, she flows. She's perfect. She's great.
Yeah.
And Aaliyah's coming along again. She's going to be around for a little while.
Yeah. We talked about Elias Sampson. They announced last night that Paul Ellering will be in a shark tank.
Yeah.
Sorry, a shark cage.
Yeah.
Suspended above the ring during the Authors of Pain TM61 match.
Yeah. I really hope they would do like a split screen that was just there the entire time, just
or picture in picture.
Picture in picture. Yeah. Sorry, picture in picture of just him in the shark cage.
And I love that they mentioned
the last Battle of Atlanta.
Yep.
I know. I agree.
And they showed footage.
Yeah. Let's see here.
After that was a bunch of packages hyping matches at Takeover. There was
I really should have spread these out a bit more.
A DIY revival package.
Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah.
They really know how to put these packages together.
They're really good. They're really good. It cracks me up when you see them being interviewed because they're wearing like casual suits, like business casual suits.
Yeah.
And it just echoes like father-son team even more. Because the way Gargano sort of sits, his posture isn't strong. It's kind of down here.
Yeah.
And
He's
Ciampa,
like me.
It's not necessarily strong, but it's very stern, his posture.
Yeah.
And it very much seems like father-son.
Yeah.
I like it. Let's see here. We got a Bobby Roode, Ty Dillinger package. That was well done also.
There was some new interview segments in that at least.
Yeah.
That were really good.
Yeah. And in our main event, we had Cien Almas versus Cedric Alexander.
Good match.
Cien Almas
is a really entertaining heel.
Is a incredibly entertaining Rudo. Absolutely. He is great. Even like when he walks out, like his facial expressions are so much more there.
Yep.
He could easily, I mean, hell, even as a Rudo, he can go up to Maine right now.
Yeah.
He's ready. That'd be I'd like to see him versus like Bobby Roode fighting for that NXT title in 6 months to a year. That'd be cool.
Cedric Alexander's great.
Oh, I love him. He's great.
He's fantastic.
Yeah, he's good. He's good.
And I really enjoyed how for most of this match, since there was like a personal component to it, whereas Almas turned on Alexander.
Yeah.
So there was a personal beef going on here.
Yeah.
And so they didn't really focus so much on the high flying moves.
Right.
It was a physical match.
Yeah, totally. And they let it breathe too. It was kind of a long match.
Yeah, it was about 15, 20 minutes.
Even though there really wasn't anything else going on. A bunch of packages and a squash match from the Drifter, and then a clusterfuck men's match. Yeah.
It was the Shinsuke Joe package was fun because we got to revisit a lot of Joe's highlights in the last couple months.
Oh, he's been killing it.
He's been so good.
Like it almost bums me out that he's going to be going to Maine soon because it's just not going to be as cool.
I know.
It'll be cool. Not going to be as cool.
I wish they would have showed some more stuff at that time when he was on commentary.
Yes.
And the whole time he was saying, like really respectful, nice things.
I know, exactly.
And underneath, you can just tell he was seething. It was so good.
I know.
The way he starting with that appearance and the next week, when was it the following week when he and Shinsuke met in the ring and shook hands and then Joe beat him up?
Yeah, it was the next week. Yeah.
I feel like there was another week in between that though. No, it was. I feel like there was 2 weeks where Joe was being nice. Then that happened, and then it was just all mean Joe afterwards.
I think it was the next week.
Could be.
I could be wrong, but I think it was the next week. Mean Joe. Mean Joe's great.
Did you watch Total Divas last night?
Man, I tried to. I really tried to. I can't get through it. I cannot get through it. There's too much. There's too much. I gotta get my nails done today. Yeah, I got your nails good. We should get our nails done. Yeah, we should get our nails done. I can get my hair. Let's do nails, hair, nails.
I was interested to see how introducing.
Weird seeing Lana talk normal though.
I was gonna say see how Maurice and Lana would interact with the other divas. Oh, was there any Paige Del Rio stuff in this episode?
I don't know because I didn't get past much of it.
Okay.
Not at the jump anyways, that I couldn't tell. They had no, I don't know. I got Lana was talking and Maurice was mentioning how her and Nikki Bella are on the outs because of contract shit that happened like years ago. Like I guess her, the Bellas, and then somebody else, I don't know who. We're all, maybe Summer Rae, maybe not. We're all going to go to management together and demand a raise. And then management said, called her up, Maurice, and said, no, you're out of the company. And then the next day, like at Raw, Brie sent her a text saying, hey, they cut us a deal. So Maurice was pissed off about that. She's like, yeah, we haven't talked in 3 years. So I imagine they did. But then they go to the Bellas, and I'm like, for fuck's sake. Like, the Bellas are the least. Like, the Bellas killed Total Bellas for me. I wish it wasn't Total Bellas.
Well, it got renewed for a second season.
I know, but they're going to be at Daniel Bryan's house.
I know.
See, I like the adventures of Daniel Bryan and JJ. And John Cena.
And John Cena, yeah.
Of course.
In our mind,
Bellas are the least.
In our mind, we really just want a Daniel Bryan, John Cena sitcom with JJ.
With JJ. JJ has to be there.
Yeah, that's what we really
want.
What
an idiot. I always have to say that. What a useless human being. He's useful, but like for carrying bags and shit.
Okay.
Like, I really want to be a parent, but like, I want a son, but like, you know how dad raised us? Like, not good. Shut up, JJ. Get my bags.
You're so hard on JJ.
And Nikki's got that stupid neck brace on.
Well, not anymore.
Nikki's crying because she was like, I'm going to be at wrestling. I don't know, it was annoying. It was all annoying. I really want Daniel to be there. It's my last match. Your career sucked anyways. You're a crap wrestler. Nobody cares about your last match. What does it matter if he's there or not?
Well, it's her husband.
Daniel Bryan's career mattered.
Wow.
Oh, God. Wow. It's all jokes, people. It's all jokes. Gee whiz. You want to answer some questions?
Sure.
I'll try to watch the Total Divas.
Yeah, I was watching some matches for our countdowns this weekend.
I know, me too. It was much more entertaining.
I didn't get a chance.
And you're right. That hardcore match was actually really fucking good.
Yeah.
I thought it was
I have a couple ideas of what to replace it with.
All right.
First question, Jimmy Figueroa.
Yeah.
Hey, friendos, if you guys were to get married, remarried all over again, which superstars would be your groomsmen, and who would be your best man?
We're going to renew our vows.
Yes.
To our wives, not to each other.
Yes.
Some people get the wrong idea about that. Not that I would. No, I probably wouldn't marry you.
Really?
No, probably not.
Why not?
Work and
well, we'd have to make a decision
at the same time.
People, couples have made that work. I mean, Rusev and Lana work together, and they're married.
You seem like you might be a pain in the ass. Like
I am, but
be married to.
I am, but I also bring positive things to the table too.
Well, we'll talk about it later. If we ever get reincarnated as like potential lovers,
if we
start swinging that direction, then we'll talk about it later.
Okay,
all right. Anyways, but no, you get married to your wife. We renew our vows for our lives, and we have the option. Well, AJ would be my best man.
Okay,
for sure. AJ would be my best man. Rusev would be a groomsman.
Okay,
because he'd be fun.
Kevin Owens would be my best man.
Okay, that'd be good. Sami Zayn would be in there. Dan Matha would be in there.
Oh, I want Samoa Joe as my groomsman.
Nobody'd fuck with your bachelor party, that's for sure. I win.
Who?
I get Mojo Rawley.
Oh, that's good. I was gonna say Patrick Clark.
Oh, fuck! Damn it! Why did I think of Patrick Clark? Damn it! I wanted Patrick Clark. Fuck! I'm so mad now. Christian Harper.
Oh, I was still thinking of more groomsmen.
No, look, I got Mojo. You got Patrick Clark. Then I think that's all you need.
Okay.
I can't have any more after I've gotten Mojo Rawley. Christian Harper says, I think that Miz is going to win via cheating, and Stephanie will fire Sammy for losing, and Sammy will go to SmackDown. What are your thoughts?
Well, Dolph can interfere and cost Sammy the match because Dolph wants another shot at the Intercontinental title, and I guess Stephanie could still be upset about that and fire Sammy, or Sammy could just say, I want to go to SmackDown because I got screwed out of winning the Intercontinental title.
Yeah.
There's plenty of potential scenarios which we'll see Sammy going to SmackDown.
I think this is a possibility. I think Sammy being fired by Stephanie is a possibility.
Yeah. James Reese is taking his mom to her first SmackDown live event in January. Any advice on what to expect? Thanks, and love y'all's content. Thank you very much.
Thank you, James. Yeah, man, expect to have a good time.
Yeah, they house shows tend to be looser, more fun.
Oh, yeah, they break character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it'll be a lot of fun.
It'll be fun. Kenny Omega, the cleaner, if you will.
Yes.
Hi, friendos. If NXT were to have a mid-card title, and what would it be like? I like the idea of a title called the Fighter's title where the best guys in the ring get it, or some sort of hardcore title again.
It probably won't be a hardcore title.
If NXT were to have a mid-card title, what would it be? I kind of like the idea of like a pure wrestling title.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the purest wrestler.
Yeah. I don't know what you'd call it, though.
I don't know what you call it either.
Top wrestler title.
Yeah. NX top wrestler. I don't know. I feel like NXT really doesn't have much of a mid-card to be doing that.
They don't have like a lot of... Well, no, they have some mid-card wrestlers.
They have a mid-card.
Yeah.
But,
Especially the upper mid-card is packed.
It's already like they're, yeah.
I mean, you have Rude, you have Dillinger, you have Austin Aries,
No Way Jose.
No Way Jose, you have
Hideo
Itami.
I know.
You have
I just
Almas,
feel like
you have
all
Cedric
those
Alexander.
guys are on the verge of like being called up at some point.
Oh, I know. Oh, did you hear the Triple H talked about HBK's role at Performance Center?
He said, yeah, what did he say?
He's not the head trainer. Matt Bloom's still the head trainer, which I didn't think that would
he's going to
change.
be like a finishing guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I heard that.
He's going to get like small classes of people who are ready to be called up, you know, kind of add a little extra polish.
No, I love that.
Before they get called up. I know.
That's so good. I know. I love that.
Perfect guy to do it.
It is. Yeah. So I don't know what it'd be called. Call it the.
Is there any pun on NXT like the next title?
Yeah.
Because you're like next in line
The
for
Nexus belt.
for the NXT World Title.
And it's
Do they call it the NXT World Title or just NXT Championship?
the NXT Championship.
Oh, okay. That wouldn't work then.
The NXT States Heritage.
There you go.
There you go. NXT Eastern States Heritage.
Or the Florida
State Heritage.
Full Sail Championship.
That's it right there. There's your mid-card title. You're up. A very disappointed.
A very disappointed Clayton C. Hope you're having a good Thursday, friendo.
Are you having a good Thursday so far?
Yeah, it's been okay.
What are we gonna have for lunch?
I don't know.
Okay, we'll figure
Not
it
Del
out.
Taco.
That will determine whether
Not
or not
Del
my Thursday's
Taco.
good.
Yeah, I know. Who, if any, NXT superstar do you think will be called up during the Raw or SmackDown after Survivor Series? I don't know if it's going to happen that soon. Like, do you think Dillinger? I think he's ready, but I don't think it's going to happen yet.
I don't think it is either, but if it's going to be anybody, well, him, I guess Samoa Joe.
Yeah, I think Joe is more likely.
The pattern would indicate.
Imagine if Joe, after he loses at TakeOver, shows up on SmackDown just pissed.
Yeah.
Just pissed and starts beating everybody up.
That would be awesome. I would love it.
Yeah.
Probably not going to happen. But it could happen. I like Samoa Joe.
Samoa Joe's great.
He is great. The official. Well, I'm trying to think. When was the last time they had a singular NXT call-up?
Kevin Owens.
Okay. Samoa Joe's at his level, for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Let's see here. The official Gary Doyle. How you doing, fellas?
Hi.
Steve, your English accent when impersonating William Regal is pretty damn good. Thank you, Gary Doyle. Just wondering how you came about that and if Larson does anything other than The Undertaker. P.S. Mr. Block Party. Block Party! Marinello! Ooh, Dolph Miz. Did mention Double J. I know, we messed up on that one.
Yeah.
He did, in the same breath as Rob Van Dam,
I
too.
know.
Jeff Jarrett, Rob Van Dam. Ooh, Miz, Dolph, Belt, Rob Van Dam, RVD, Intercontinental.
Block Party.
SmackDown.
Block Party.
Toronto Troglodyte.
Undertaker is pretty much the only impression or impersonation I do, and I don't really feel like I do that very well. I'm not as good at that as Steve is.
I don't know. I lived in England for a little while, but
you're very good at emulating voices.
Yeah, I know.
You have a very malleable voice.
I do that. I talk to myself a lot in different voices, like as different people. I don't know. Like it's not a weird thing. It's not like a psychologist problem I have. I don't. Nobody else does that. Nobody else just sort of when you're driving, you don't like get into characters and shit, just because it's fun.
Not really.
No.
No.
I don't know what that is about me then. That's just weird.
I usually just sing.
Yeah, I sing too. I was blasting the White Album today.
Oh, yeah?
That's what I was listening to, yeah, because I heard a tune on the radio. I think it was Rocky. No, it wasn't Rocky Raccoon. What was the other? There's so many Goofy Paul songs. You know, it's annoying. They follow up Happiness is a Warm Gun. Like, I know that Paul and John, like, sequence the album.
Yeah.
They followed up Happiness is a Warm Gun, which is a great track.
Yeah.
With Martha, My Dear. A song about Paul's dog. Like, Happiness is a Warm Gun is this awesome, sprawling story about God knows who, God knows what.
Yeah.
And then Paul's dog gets a song. And it's a pleasant song.
Yeah.
It's a pleasant song.
They were trying to find balance.
Yeah, I think so. It's probably their way of being weird and funny.
Could be. Nicholas Hemmerling. Hey, friendos, new patron here. Thank you very much.
Thank you, friendo.
With the appearance of Edge on SmackDown, Nicholas was wondering, which wrestler do you think had to retire too early, apart from Daniel Bryan, obviously, and who should have retired earlier than they actually did? Ric Flair probably should have retired much earlier.
Oh, yeah. Mick Foley should never have gone to TNA.
Yes.
But yeah, no, Edge was sad.
Yeah.
I wonder how much longer he would have gone had he not had that specific injury.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Stone Cold had to retire early.
Yeah.
He seemed like he was burnt out anyways.
And his career started in like 91.
Something like that.
91 to 2003. Yeah.
But he had, what, 5 years on top?
Yeah.
5.5?
Yeah.
That's a pretty short run on top. Compared to Hogan or Cena
compared
or Flair.
to his contemporaries in the conversation, you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
No,
but he probably made much larger impact than any of those guys did.
Yep.
So
Vittorio. Hello, guys. First time donation. Been waiting to support you guys for a while.
Thank you very much.
Vittorio. He's had his own book since he was 7 or 8 years old, with a break for about 7 or 8 years. I've just begun again with fantasy booking. This guy keeps his own book sheet.
That's cool.
Let's see here. My fantasy booking includes the Bullet Club invading Randy Orton, beginning with a program with Finn Balor for the title. Triple H, what would you... His question is, what would be some of the fantasy storylines that you would create? Well, we're doing it right now in our WWE 2K17.
Yeah.
We start from scratch, baby.
Yeah, we create our own superstars.
That's right.
Fantasy book with fantasy wrestlers.
Exactly. Everything's a fantasy in our lives. Okay, you're up.
Brian J. from Monterey Bay. Gentlemen.
Yes.
Brian J. has noticed Steve wearing a Too Sweet shirt. As a matter of semantics, if Larson was also to wear a Too Sweet shirt and the two of you hugged, would that constitute a Larson Too Sweet?
I take issue with the premise of you and I hugging.
Why?
When have we ever hugged?
I don't know, but I'm sure it's happened.
Maybe on my wedding day.
Or on mine.
Or on yours, maybe. I don't know when we were other hugged.
I don't know. I hug.
I'm not opposed to hugging.
Yeah, I'm a hugger.
We do. Are you willing to publicly admit that we fist bump?
We even do that often.
We fist at the end of every work session.
That's
we
only
fist bump.
That's twice a week.
That's a lot of fist bumping.
That's not a lot.
It's more than we hug.
Yeah,
it's a lot more than I can't even tell you the last time we hugged.
Probably at your wedding.
Probably that was a long time. Fuck me, that was almost 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
But here's another thing too is I'm not going to wear a Too Sweet shirt.
Why not? If a friendo sent you a Too Sweet shirt, you wouldn't wear it? Really? That's kind of rude.
No, I don't know if I would.
Well, we need to test that out.
Okay.
Somebody send Larson a Too Sweet shirt.
If
he wears a large.
If someone were to wear or send me a Too Sweet shirt.
Yeah.
And
you would just make sure we don't hug.
And if I were under some circumstances to wear it, would you be more predisposed to hugging me if that were the situation? No. Would you search me out for a hug just so you can get some sort of Too Sweet from me?
The answer to your question is it's not a Too Sweet. This is a Too Sweet.
I know. I just saw a story come up on WrestleZone about the betting odds for Survivor Series.
Okay,
we did our predictions video yesterday.
Yeah, we did.
So let's see how well our picks line up with the betting odds.
Update.
So we'll start from Intercontinental title match. Right now, Sami Zayn is the favorite.
Then I've got Sammy.
Oh, yeah. Cruiserweight title.
Okay.
Kalisto is the favorite.
Oh, no.
A heavy favorite.
Split this then. We might split this.
Brock is favored. Team Raw is favored in the tag match. Team Raw is favored in the elimination women's match. And then Team SmackDown is favored in the men's match.
There's no way Raw is winning everything. There's no way that Raw is
Well, I mean, the odds say SmackDown's going to win the men's 5-on-5 elimination match.
But, no, I know, but that'll leave 2-1. Or that'll leave, 2
No, we both think that But I guess if there's nothing at stake, then it doesn't really matter, I guess.
It's bragging rights. And because
so.
SmackDown is the underdog.
Yeah, I guess so, yeah.
They have to go over.
Because Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho alone are going to jack up. That's the thing. There are distinct breaks in the ranks of the Raw tag team, and that's the club.
Yeah.
And the Raw men's team, and that's Owens and Jericho.
Yeah.
On SmackDown, it's AJ doesn't like Dean Ambrose, but there's nothing that feels so serious there as serious it does on Raw.
Yeah. That's it.
Oh, that's it. That's all our questions.
Yeah.
And I wanted to give a shout out to Samuel O. Apparently, I missed him in the Patreon call outs. My bad. Thank you for your Patreonage.
Yes.
You're a valued member of the Patreon, the Going in Raw family.
Yes.
So thank you very much. I'm sorry I missed out on you. So yeah, there we go.
That's it.
All right, that's it. All right, good week.
Yep.
All right, there we go. This weekend, be sure to check out our list for top, best, and worst rematches in honor of Brock Lesnar and Goldberg.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening.
Talk to you later. Goodbye.
Bye.